Exactly.
I wish I could, they were my grandbabies. You have any visitors? Is this my last meeting for the year? I wondered, I just wondered who would meet.
Well, it's only.
You go smart boy. You amaze me, you smart boy. It's kind of sickening. You're so bad at interaction.
Somebody wanna take anything, are they?
Yes, so I just have to, my kids like massive, right now. Avery just texted me and said, can you can't get home from work, then put me in the shelter.
Is he working here?
He works in Louisville.
Trading school, like trading, they don't need it.
Of course, Avery's like, what if it's 9/11?
What if you're way north, like in the city, they don't, because the airport's south of the city?
That's what it's talking about. Snow.
Well, and they live in Fort Knox.
Where's he work?
Vendor lumber. Not vendor lumber, 84 lumber. In the corporate office.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I got a.
Oh.
I got two.
Look like you already had on.
Are these papers I need or you guys need?
No, that's probably good. Alright. 6 o'clock on the dot. Everybody's here. You guys have all read the minutes? Anybody make a motion to approve the minutes?
Approval, yes.
I second.
All in favor? 4-0. Alright, current projects, Bobby?
Alright, so I have several things, obviously you guys just saw, Robin, maybe one of you, but they checked out the concrete got poured over between the dirt fields and then getting ready to pour in the quadplex. Kind of that's the biggest thing that I was gonna update you just in general. They started on Monday, October 27th. The sidewalk that you guys saw poured was just poured last Friday. There was someone that walked through it that night.
I saw that, I assumed it was
See where
somewhere,
it was?
yeah, I assumed it
There was
was,
stone to it, but
I assumed it was a homeless person or somebody in
some
town.
with their dog. And
I didn't see the dog
With
prints.
their dog?
there were, yeah, so if you look
That's
closer,
what
yeah, there
I
was
just
some.
cannot shut it. Oh, yeah, dogs are allowed.
Right. But so,
There's
I
not
walked
many-
with 3 or 4 other people over there and did tell them about it and didn't notice it, so.
90% of people, and it'll weather and it'll walk.
Tonight, they're starting the pour at 2 a.m. tonight for the quadplex, so they'll be working through the day tomorrow to get it all working and finished, and then it's gonna come back and cut it on Friday. So by this weekend, it should pretty much be all done. Hopefully during the day Thursday, we'll get the backstops that we had to take off. Reinstalled. No,
Okay.
but I was supposed to be hosting, like 2 scrimmages for someone reserved the fields to do 2, 8 scrimmages, so hoping that we get at least one put back on for them to do that. I had a meeting this morning and kind of spend, not only had I mentioned it to security person, but extended with the people walking through there, so we need cameras on that side of the park. So I met with them, so we'll probably get a quote at the next meeting, I might email it to you. And if we can move forward with that, just to get cameras over there, that whole side of the park doesn't have anything. I know we talked about that before, but there's no way to do it unless we put it, like I said, we just need 2 cameras. Kind of facing opposite directions to kind of just get cover everything over there.
But the batting cages?
Well, that, you can see that just because we have cameras on the pickleball bathrooms.
Okay.
And you can see a little bit that way, but you can't see those dirt fields, you can see farmer's market, southern house. So there's at least 2, maybe 3 that really need to be put there. You did say that we're kind of maxed out on our server, so without having to give you the server, we have a couple other solutions that we can talk about that later.
Okay.
Obviously, batting cages,
We're perfect,
they're
beautiful.
they've been getting used. Obviously, you saw when we were there, and someone was using them whenever you got there. And it's just more and more of that. I mean, when there's been teams that have scheduled practices over there, they're utilizing them during the practice, so they're on the field and in the cages, so they're getting used to a lot more. Again, we did cancel the practices for tonight and tomorrow, so it's probably why you can see very many people there in general. But next thing is, I don't know if you noticed the entry sign and then this archway completely got redone. We did end up paying a fair amount for that from those artists, so, but they need it done, it's all rusted out. Bart Ellison did that, and it looks really good. So, it looks brand new. So what I think on that, Shelter House Lighting, I know, they were just installing those today, Shelter House right by the
I
United
didn't
Place.
come on with you.
So, oh, they did come on, okay, so I didn't know if they would have power yet or not, but, they were working on those today. Next thing, I think Thursday, I have someone starting on the pollinator gardens out here, clearing them. There's some trees growing up, a couple of them that you need to get rid of and actually get reseeded. It's about $150 an hour to run the machine he's gonna be, but he will, I mean, it sounds like it would be 2 days and he could do them all if we want them all done. We're obviously starting with the 2 problem ones, and then we'll just need to discuss whether we want to disc and receive them, or we want to see how they come up. And then 2 of them will need burn still this year, but getting that on the schedule to do the burn has been difficult. So that's why we're going to go ahead and get them knocked down and cleaned up as much as we can. But just wanted to give you a heads up of that cost to obviously coming up at the end of the year. We're crunching numbers to get as much as we can get done. Couple of general maintenance things. Obviously, you guys saw we're filling, gonna get dirt to fill in some of those trip areas where the new concrete stuff is around the back, just around the dirt fields. There's a few other areas that we need to just get built up and either right side. I know, CHL side. Alex, as you mentioned earlier, and Carl, we talked about side by the back page. I just need to do side if we can afford it to do it, especially right now when we don't have to worry about watering it. So probably be doing some of that as long as we're okay with the cost of what it's going to be.
I met with him last Thursday. I didn't want to bring it up to a meeting. I met with him last Thursday. He said he would come in, fix back behind Castetter Field, back behind there, fix all that up. Then we're right in front of the back cage, we're all dirt. He's going to come in, dig all that out, and it's going to take a total of 8 pounds of sod, lay all that, plus in front of the batting cages, clean all that up and everything for $5,600. And he said he could start on it tomorrow. If we give the okay tonight. And he said if we don't have the money now, he'll bill us in January for it.
Why do you need to look at those
Here-
other areas?
Well, he'll do that, but we definitely want that fixed.
Okay.
And then go on and treat the fields. If we can treat the fields, it's $1,200. Go on and treat it, and then he'll bill us in January. And I think we need to spend the money.
Right there.
So if you want to call him tonight, he said call him tonight after the meeting and time to get started. And I'm okay with that. Is everybody okay with that?
Who is it? Okay.
That's so yeah, Roger Jensen. I actually was gonna. So just so we're aware, I know that we had talked about in the last meeting about the balance, and this is approximate, probably not down to the dollar, because we don't have some of these bills. Yeah. So some of these bills that I don't have a book to provide, they're not always the exact same. But we're gonna have just under 20,000 is what I think that we're gonna have left. 19,962.68 is what I come up with what we've been billed for and what I haven't got the ETC bill for that lighting. Assuming that it's really close or right on the quote, that's about what we have left.
So 56 plus the 12, so $6,800 for all the company we need to do.
Okay. And then I'd say we'll have a few thousand out here.
Have you talked to Tom Bill, will you anything on the Blacksburg and the Black Hole?
And I tried to call last week because with this coming up, I didn't get any.
Tomorrow.
So we want to, Do we want to vote on giving the okay for Bobby to call in tonight and get that work done?
That's
Yeah,
it.
I'll-
The money's there.
Even if
I make a motion, we vote
That's what-
for him to call to get that done. I make a motion.
And if we have the money left in the tip, use that, if not, we'll go from January.
I made a motion, she second, all in favor?
And I'm sure we got some money somewhere. I mean, we have to.
Yeah.
If we had to, and that's, but I did go to the last council meeting and asked them to pay the full $160,000 for this concrete, and I think that's like, I don't know where I want to go.
No, but like we have,
There's
some housing rate, I mean, we probably have some money somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Or
so
was it
it's
right?
like the council's paying for
Yeah.
the concrete, is clear.
But
We're not, that's not an easy stuff.
are we, at zero on like grounds and maintenance and all that stuff?
Pretty close.
Yeah, we're close to
Can
zero.
you email out a updated budget for?
Yeah, I don't even have one since the last council meeting, so yeah, I can do that. But yeah, so we're coming down, and there's some things that I am specifically trying not to spend because we still have modernization on bathrooms, that bill that comes in. I will say that part of it will come from pool stuff, and I was gonna mention it. But, pool stuff is, I can't bring that to anywhere else to spend it, so.
Well, yeah, if it goes to 6,800, and if you have a bill for next year for that, you just bill Roger next year for that, and he'll be okay with that anyway. You work that out with Roger yourself.
Well, yeah, I'm just, this is what, I just wanted to, I have to do the 19,900, and we can decide pretty much whatever we want. It doesn't include, it will include flagpole too.
Okay.
So if that gets billed this year.
That makes sense. Sponsor, too, that's one motion.
But,
You never do it then.
but then, I got 19 is ETC
Concrete.
has already came out of that 19 or?
So that's already scheduled work that I have put for that I took out, so
Okay.
this is, that's already taken out of the, so this is what I think is gonna be left over after all the work that's already either being completed or haven't been.
Your email was kind of what I thought, so we have roughly 19.
So we should have the money to pay for it.
I believe so.
Okay.
And that's what we have left to spend on whatever, because
Minus-
last meeting we talked about all the things we can spend, whatever we have left.
Minus, volume stuff.
Right. Because
That
I
should
don't know
be-
exactly how long it takes.
That should be 10,000.
No, I'm figuring three or four. And then six.
Just,
What was, you know what that number was that told me?
I don't.
It was under 7 grand, right? It was under 7 grand.
Oh, it was a lot cheaper than,
Yeah.
almost at 5,200.
Okay. So, and then so,
You're at 11,
probably we're gonna be
12.
right at,
Yeah. To give us a little bit of money left. So I have the money to pay for it.
okay.
So you're just gonna call him and take care of it?
Yeah.
He said you can call him tonight, as soon as the meeting's over, we'll start tomorrow.
I will, because he just talked to you, huh? He didn't call me. He told me he's gonna meet me out there to look at something that day that we talked.
He did, he showed up and scared me in that building, I said, that building, they both went in there like they were Halloween, it was freaking, like I jumped and, yeah, they.
He never sent me an estimate or anything, so I don't know.
He had to go back and look to see how much it was when he did the fields and everything. He went back and looked today after he came back from Versailles. He called me and said, bring it to Bobby. It's attention tonight that it's to treat all the fields, the soccer fields, inside the quad, and they're next to $1,200. He said, I can have it all done. It's winterized, what he said.
Yeah,
So he said he could do it all for $1,200 plus $5,600 to do by the back pages.
And we'll have some more over by the new.
Yes, there
concrete.
are some over there too, so I just think if we're gonna have a $1 million quadplex and they're all money we got in
Yeah.
our park, we just need to spend money. Just,
We're good there.
well, we we told Sean that we're gonna spend the money, so we're just. You just laugh.
Pool's completely winterized. I know we went through that at the beginning of the year. It's all taken care of. I will be putting in probably I think I might have put that on one of your, you might have had the total of what I figured that order would be. And so for comparison, I think I placed an $11,000 something order for what I thought the year's worth of chemicals would be last year. And so 80, so we're gonna save close to $3,000 by putting that order in by December 4th, I think is Monday, or 5th, December 5th, it's Friday. But save about $3,000 by going and place that order. And right now, the only thing I have to do is move some equipment money to the chemical. And then whatever's left in equipment, I'm gonna order, you see another paper there with chairs, lounge chairs, that's for 18 of them. It's pretty cheap, which probably covers, it's the exact same chair that we have out there, so. But I mean,
It is what it is.
right, and then, there's some floatables that are really expensive that I mean, we ordered 2 little packs this year. I don't remember.
At the beginning of the year?
Yeah. So we ordered 1, but there's the floatables that go in the part of that pool where it goes off. And the character ones, we basically ordered a little package. It was.
In shop.
But the character ones are like 5,200 a piece by the time they deliver everything. Obviously, you know, when you have a full equipment number at, I think it's right around $8,000 right now. So you might have to be able to order either 1 character, 1 or 2.
You order the characters,
you know, all those
it's
things.
the 2 little
I don't
ones.
think people care what they're number on.
Yeah, and they just stick it in, obviously, in some water. Anyway, so those are the only kind of like equipment things that will still need to be ordered. I know I put remaining equipment purchases as an agenda item, just since we were on the topic. Might as well hit it. Then, other than that, I don't have anything else. As far as any of the ground crew maintenance is sort of purchase or anything. So I'll get those items unless you have something that you want. But no.
Not the pumpkin coating thing though.
It's okay, pumpkin painting, I thought there'd be more people would show up than what did, I think the cooler weather kind of scared people away. I would say, I don't know, overall, like 50-ish people for the whole day. So we had a ton of pumpkins left over, but they were on fire and stuff.
But David Parker donated 200
Yeah.
pumpkins. So we had 2 with a very large things of pumpkins.
I'm glad that you showed.
Are there holes in, like, some of the soccer fields that we can fill and see before? It's probably a little late to see, but
Yeah, so
I know the little kids field there is.
there's several. I mean, to be fair, it all kind of needs to be gone over. So the answer is
Yes.
yes. Yeah, toward in the fall, I started going out there and filling the games, but once they're playing games, it's kicked out and moved around, of course. You know, and it's little pieces here and there, so I'll be honest, they need just kind of like a sand topsoil brushed over the top to level them out and then seeded probably.
Some of them are pretty big on the little kids field. I didn't know if you had Roger order an extra half pile of sod and you just go,
If they're big enough to sod, then yeah.
I mean, there's some of them.
Remember that one on the first
Yeah.
left, that one has the big
Pallets
spot.
are $350 a pallet of sod. So if you got half of a pallet, if you need it somewhere, sure we can get that. He might have some left over.
Right.
He measured it, so he measured it right to where he needed, so we might have to get an extra pallet. When you talk to him, I'm sure we got spots we could put it at.
Yeah, there's all kinds on the soccer fields. I mean, from one that existed before we got started, and then throughout, then playing, they get worse and worse. So I'll talk to him, and I might have him, because I mean, if you're saying we need to get that guys there
He's got guys there tomorrow.
immediately, then I mean, it sounds like we could probably keep him busy for a little bit.
He wants to get it done before the rain comes Friday.
Right.
Are you gonna dress up the other fields, the dirt fields before winter, drag them real good, and take the bases up and plug it? But we don't need any topsoil on it, do we?
We'll need top dressing in the spring,
On spring,
top dressing and field conditioning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll get put, as soon as people are done practicing on them, they'll get put to bed for winter.
it's gonna be done by Thursday, I'll do that. Be cold next
Next
week.
week looks decent.
Next week is nice
It's
too.
really cold, it's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be cold next week. That's
Not
not
much
the
later
snow.
half of the week.
If it hits 50, people, 40s, people will be out in the sunshine.
But anyway, yeah, they'll get what they got. That doesn't mean someone won't go out and get on.
Right. So all the other stuff we talked about with the new mini park and all that stuff, we're just gonna talk about that in December's meeting and then get that done next.
Right, yeah,
Twenty twenty-six.
next year, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what, when all this stuff is coming out, I mean, how much money is have left, I mean, I won't be able to.
No, we'll do
Pay
it
for
now.
it next year.
Well, if we order it.
I can get it
next
ordered
year
anyway.
It'll be next year's.
Right.
So make sure you order new dump beds for the golf carts and a heater for the blue shed.
Okay. The blue shed is not, we climbed it, there's no insulation, there's nothing putting a heater in there.
It's just gonna be wasting money.
Oh, the space, you're talking about the space? Oh.
Right, just
Okay.
one of those salamanders, so they can change the oil and everything, change the.
I thought you meant.
Oh,
Here's
no,
what
I
I
didn't
don't
know
care.
We can spend no money on that.
So,
No.
yeah.
So is everything winterized?
No.
No.
The bathroom's probably gonna get one last for, I would say, another 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, this is gonna be down to 20s next week, so I don't know if that will affect anything.
They'll be all right after that spell. It's 2 nights and 20s, but the highs are still, I mean, it's not, next week's still gonna be nice. But I'd say it'll be the next 2-3 weeks and all.
Alright, program updates.
Okay, I have a little summary for you guys, of stuff that's kind of just finished up. So the fall disc golf league finished last Tuesday. It went fine other than, I mean, it was just 6 people, but there were no issues. Fall pickleball league will end this Thursday. I think overall it went really well with the 18 people that I had in it. It's much easier to run, I would say, than the summer one. So I think we'll do that again. Same like kind of morning time for retirees, but do it in the middle of summer where it's more feasible to do it at 8:30 in the morning, it's good weather. And then in the spring and fall, we'll do evening pickleball leagues. So that'll be the plan for that next year. The MMA classes finished on this past Saturday. We ended up with a total of 47 people registered. And out of the whole month, we got a total attendance of 129, and that was between 30 and 90 people. So, Josh reached out to me and said it went really well, and a lot of people are going to actually like sign up for this class to continue. So, yeah, that was good. So other than that, that was the last program that I have on my calendar for this year. So the next upcoming program that I have is going to be in February, and this will fall under the Healthy Issues Grant, so it'll be free to the community. This one's going to be targeted to adults. I went with like the title Eat Well, Move Well. It's going to be 30 minutes of nutrition education with Merce Park. I think so. She's a nutritionist at the hospital here on Tuesday. She's like a traveling one, but on Tuesday she's at Jennings. And then the last 30 minutes are going to be exercise stuff with me. We'll do a different topic each week between the both of us. She's going to be focused on nutrition, obviously. Some of the things I mentioned there are some of the things we talked about in our phone call, what we think the target topic should be just for our population. And then my goal is going to be to educate people on like how to build a workout on their own.
What time of the day would you use to check this?
This will be on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
I'm gonna call the library tomorrow to try to secure a spot there. But if there's any other ideas on a good space for that, she was asking me about like having a presentation, like she can work with anything, if she has to do paper handouts, she can do paper handouts. But she likes to have a presentation if possible, and at the library can do that, I think, in one of their rooms, yeah, so I just need to call them
How
before
big a
that.
room do you need?
Well, it kind of depends, so because there's exercise involved with it, then I'm gonna max it out at 20 people for my sake, for my part of it. 'Cause she said she didn't have as many people, obviously, she wants for the nutrition education because they're just sitting there. But for me to teach exercise, I'm gonna have to look at that number. I mean, 20 is kind of a lot even. So,
Is that something you have to pay for?
no,
To rent the library?
no, the library's free.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of going to the library, because I don't know if there's spaces that are free. Like
I
that.
don't know if the fairgrounds will let you do it enough for free with it.
I don't know. So, I'll see what they
What
say.
about in Louisville then? It's all open space.
Where at?
Where is it? In Louisville. Oh,
Would that cost money to use?
that's what I was wondering, if they would just let you do it. I mean, it's all open space
Well, I
in
think
there.
they let us do it since we let them use our playgrounds.
Yeah, I think.
I'd have to check into it, I guess. I mean, the library would work fine as long as they're okay with us
No, that's
being up and
fine.
moving around.
I'm interested in that. So before you fill up,
Okay.
I'm interested in participating in
Okay, my plan is to start promoting that basically after the kids go back to school, so early
that. I'm gonna
January.
sign on.
I'll text you. One second. I know it seems one that you have to limit stuff when it comes to this, but in order to be productive and actually teach people stuff, I can't take more than 20 and it be productive for them, so.
Are you kidding? I use 17 every day.
Is there a cost? Is there a cost?
No, that will be free. So the Healthy Issues Grant that we have, the term for that ends June 2026, and unfortunately will not be renewing after all of those cuts.
So if we were to offer the same thing
The same stuff
next
that,
year, it will have.
yeah, like all the stuff that I've offered for free so far, like all the sports clinics and like all the different free programs, they would either have to come to a cost or like have someone sponsor it or something, in order to keep running them. Or we increase the budget the following year somehow for that. So it's unfortunate. The lady who runs the grant stuff gave me some resources on who to ask about grants and how to get funds. So I'm gonna look into that stuff.
What do we spend on that? You have any idea?
Well, the budget they had for us was basically $27,000 and
Over
a little over
30
that.
years ago, right?
Oh, yeah, it was over 3 years.
So you spend similar, less than 10 grand?
A year? Yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah. I don't know, because we kind of came in on the last stretch of it, so
Can
it's,
you, by next meeting, just figure out what we spent this year, so we have an idea?
yeah, I do have all that.
Just if you bring that to December, then we can talk about whether we go get a couple sponsors. Because I think free things for our community are good.
Mhm.
So if we can get a couple sponsors to pay for it, 3 or 4.
Yeah, the biggest cost of it is paying the instructors to,
Right.
teach these things or do coordinate these things or whatever.
How much do they cost?
For this grant, it was structured like if they were teaching 4 to 6 classes, $500 for their time.
Per
Total.
person?
Total 4 or 5 bucks.
For 4 to 5
Yeah,
classes.
yeah.
So like Marseille, Perth will get a $500 check for teaching these classes. So. But yeah, I can get that information at the next meeting. So, and then the other thing that, like, next thing coming up after that will be spring soccer. So I just kind of put together like a summary of everything, because I know the last meeting I was at, which was a little bit ago, you had discussed like maybe increasing the cost of registration to help cover a little bit more of our program expenses. So I just put all the information there of what everything costs to run the program, the referees, all of that. And just a big summary. So if you guys have any thoughts on it or want to make any changes for next year, I'd love to know that as soon as possible. So that when I start.
How much money did it cost us through the whole year, here somewhere, and how much money did you make?
So here's the thing, like, you make one place, your sponsorship covered your loss.
Right.
It'd be nice if we can adjust these $5 or $10. And maybe, I had a spreadsheet put together, but I'll find it again. To almost net that to zero over here. and then you make a little bit more money.
I think your 10U to 12U is gonna be $40.
I mean, that's, let me run some numbers on a spreadsheet and then.
The only thing I will say with that is, this is different than baseball and softball, as far as like, they're all only getting a t-shirt. It's not like we have to supply extra equipment for the older age groups. So, just in my opinion, I don't think the difference in cost
Other than
for you, other than referees, should be like huge. I don't think it should be drastic
In the,
like baseball and softball.
back in the day, they used to give shirts and socks. Mhm.
Just socks to cover the pads.
Yes.
I mean, I think it would just be a t-shirt still, but I'm
I'll
saying
I'll
because
put the
they're.
spreadsheet back together and get her findings and send it to
If
you.
you raise it $5.
So did we lose $1,800 in spring soccer? Is what this is saying?
No, I don't think we've lost it all.
Well,
Based on.
I think overall-
Total revenues, 10,735, total expenses is 12,600. So means we lost $1,800.
Overall, yes, that's right. That's about all.
That's in the spring.
That includes the sport.
So we need,
Well, this is just spring soccer.
Yeah.
This does not include fall.
So we don't have falls yet.
I have it, but I just wanted to bring spring to your attention since that was the next one. But spring and fall soccer both function under one budget. So you see, and actually this, you don't see it on yours because I forgot to print this version off for you guys, but the totals, like, our total budget was 12.5 for soccer, but that's to run both spring and fall. So at the end of spring, we had $4,377.37 left to run spring soccer. So, sorry, fall soccer. So this total revenue will go up, but so will the expenses when fall soccer goes around. But they both operate under the same budget.
So we can't say we lost $1,800 because we didn't know.
on soccer in general.
On soccer in general, right, yes.
Yeah, spring and soccer combined, we need to know how much money we made combined both.
Right.
Then that way you can determine on how much money you want to raise
This was
to make a difference.
So you raised 13,850.
Yeah.
Looks like it cost 18, program expenses 18, so we lost $5,000. That's all right. Does that include, that part doesn't include sponsorships?
Oh, yeah, you
So
have to
13,850
combine this together.
and 3425, 16, little over 17,000, you lost $1,700 in soccer.
So it's right.
Combined both.
Yeah, and I did,
Yeah.
we were actually talking about this today or yesterday, every program is at a loss, and baseball and softball are much more significant than soccer. It's not like- I'll have that information.
I don't think we've ever raised this in the last
I don't think we
10
can.
years. We haven't raised any of it on soccer.
Well, we don't know on soccer.
Soccer, I'm just on soccer. We haven't raised nothing. So if you raise it $5 on each one,
Let's,
there's a gain.
Can you send this info out, and that way I have time to.
Yeah, I've been working on that for a while, but I wanted to make sure everything was complete. So, pickleball ends this week. So I've been messing with it and trying to tweak it, and make sure all my numbers are right. But yeah, I can send that out.
It doesn't have to be that fancy. Like a basic spreadsheet is fine.
I know. I've been playing with how I want to do it. Well, the original spreadsheet I came up with, I did mine how it was organized, but
So
because
did
you do it like this and you have a million pages.
we use all this 1,500 was all this spent?
Yeah,
Okay.
those were,
That's included in the expense on soccer.
yeah.
Looks like if you raise it $3, you'll break $3.30, you'll break even. So, stop.
And that's
So-
what this makes.
So what are we
It's not
gonna do to
huge.
try to increase attendance?
It's not a huge amount.
Enrollment in soccer. We've got to come up with ideas.
You only got 300.
I don't know that you're gonna get that right.
You only got 300.
You got 541 total.
So,
Spring
Yeah.
ball.
That's a
Is
lot.
that a good goal?
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
More so I need more
And it was packed
to attend all.
this year for soccer.
I mean, you had more kids play soccer than did baseball and softball combined.
Well, I mean, that's my next thing is we've got to come up with a
Well,
way to increase that attendance. Or enrollment, we gotta brainstorm something, change something to get more kids involved.
There's just so many more options for those kids now.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know.
that's a good number, you
Nobody's
just
gonna
don't
talk.
wanna, you don't
Mine
wanna
don't
run
play,
any
they
type
don't
of,
play.
you don't wanna run any type of thing like this and break even. You know,
I
you
mean,
wanna make it
and
at
I
least
think
more.
if you can cover your expenses with the registration, then the sponsorship money is just,
Shoot, yeah, that's
bigger
yeah, that's your money.
I don't think we need to be out there trying to make money off of registration expenses. That's,
So when you go out to get,
According to your report, we did make money, $1,000.
Well, and that's why I say I need to tweak that, make sure that it's all correct still.
I guess that's true.
Because
And that number doesn't include, oh yeah, I guess you're,
Yeah.
that's right there.
total.
So I mean, if you're in the, you know, if you're in the black, I guess, right?
I mean,
You're gonna justify raising prices if you're in the black.
if you took programs and so, I mean, I think our program should break even,
We did, we're not done yet. Technically,
which unless you got that number, that's a big, your sponsorship is, well, that. But we didn't make 17.5 on the win streak.
Yeah, that,
We made
this,
about 2,500.
yeah,
but
that.
we didn't pay for the wins.
Right, that's all that in your total revenue.
Because Tip paid for
American Bank didn't pay all theirs, did they?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They paid for the one.
So the sponsorship paid for the win strings or Tip paid for the win strings?
Sponsorship paid for them. Alright,
So no decisions made on any changes as of right now.
no,
Yeah, no.
send us the numbers and that way we can, and just a plain spreadsheet.
I mean, that's pretty basic.
Did you realize?
Yeah, I just wanna know participants
This.
per league, cost per league,
I think
the cost, you know what I mean? So
Which is
just,
kind of what I have,
yeah,
I
I
have
had to go look what I had.
yeah, that's perfect.
And said,
this is
Send that
more
to
so, this is what
You
I
have
want to present.
do you know how to
Perfect.
on that?
Yeah.
It's more to tell us
So
what
Send
you
that.
use it, and I go, no, I can't.
Does that break out the cost per
You're
league?
supposed to use
Yeah.
it, then afterwards they didn't know where to put them.
So I was there when Joey was first getting batteries in, and I told him, I said, you're right, I don't need a clicker if we're using this.
From
Yeah.
people who didn't pay because they wanted a scholarship, people that didn't pay at all.
But I think it
Year.
took some of them, they were on that first initial round of using.
Right.
I had a lot of good, compliments from parents.
I told them from the beginning.
I'm not
said, you can use them, because your umpires don't need the clippers if you're using this.
And-
Easy to score, it's all.
With the mom,
2 seconds.
yeah. I just hoping everything was like they were supposed to be.
So in this,
They didn't, but I know where they're on now.
so in December, we should have hopefully a main. Yeah, the resumes for, have you have somebody picked by then?
I'm gonna bring them to you, but I'm gonna have someone that I will recommend, I will, yeah. I would recommend who I would want.
Well,
It's
the
online.
applications are due on December 2nd, that's the day
You just sent it out, right?
last week.
And my supervisor.
Yeah, I have 5 of them already.
December, what's the last day?
Second,
Second, sorry.
And you have to get online at what website?
the city website, or our Facebook page, I don't know.
From the city park.
I think if you go to North Vernon,
Well, that's our Facebook page, our city website is like, North Vernon dash.
If somebody was to fill out an application, where do I go to?
The city website or our Facebook page.
City of North Vernon?
For the application, you can get the application from downtown or our
Yeah,
office.
just go down here.
But then you turn in the resume, you just turn in the resume to our office.
Okay.
So, you don't have to go online. You just get the application, or you can place it on the resume.
You can see the job description on the city website,
Dude,
but
Yeah.
the only requirement is
well,
to turn
I
in.
said, you know, our room is sitting outside. Oh, shit. I
Five-
don't know if I should take this now.
Alright, let's move on. Vendor agreement, old business, vendor agreement items.
So that's what I know we kind of talked about over there, but just we're gonna have to sit down with Carla, Leach, all in the same place at some point, so I'll probably look to schedule that. I'd like at least Alex or one of you to be there as well. And then the only other thing I was gonna mention was, we talked about that shed a little earlier, what to do with that shed. Leach doesn't need it, he said he did, but we're kind of all on the same page of just, we don't want it there in general, like his building there is fine. So what to do, with that, moving it, and then,
I don't know where we would put it.
But we're talking about selling it.
That's what I thought.
We're selling it.
that's what
Was Leach the only entry?
I mean, we're like,
they're on to.
I told Bobby that if we don't want it, don't need it, and we're posted on Facebook, like, turn in your sealed bid by whenever, and come get the shed.
How does city sell it, like they do those trucks, or they sell a couple trucks or something?
This is my opinion, if we don't need it, and that way, nobody can
Do you want to sell any pitching machines? No.
No, I would say no, because
I just had people ask me what we're gonna do with them. I said, I don't know.
We could put it over there by the blue shed and just put storage, like just.
Yeah, but I was gonna use it for storage inside the car, you talk about, but if that's a bad sore item, then I would be willing to help purchase something or fix up the white shed and put new shingles and stuff like that on, like you talked about. And I told him I was willing to fix that up and use part of that storage.
Is there any update on the armor?
He says the first of the year.
He said 2 weeks.
He said 2 weeks, and he said first of the year.
Well,
He is a moment.
We don't know.
And I did talk to him about it since, I think it was the council meeting, they mentioned that it's still working on the appraisal, so I don't know if they've gotten that. And obviously without that, they're not,
Yeah.
you're not doing it.
I'm struggling keeping my mouth shut at the park. I mean, I know because I'm a park board member and because I'm a parent and because I own my own business, I'm used to telling people what to do. And when I see kids doing things they're not supposed to be doing, I sometimes say, get off that fence, don't climb over that fence, get that pop off that field. And I don't know if I have that right to say that or not, but I know I am passionate about those fields. I know I can't do anything about the dogs because they all say they're sport dogs, blah. But there's still skateboards going on, there's still bicycles going on.
When I see him, I tell him to go out of the park, so.
You do?
Yeah.
Do I have the right to
I
say?
told dogs to go.
I mean, I don't need to say, hey, I'm a park board member, get off. I have that voice, I can say, hey, get off that
Say
fence.
those are
We just have to,
not-
I'm not talking about signage tonight too, after, we just need to, like, do an overhaul of our signage and make sure.
These kids are climbing over the black locked fences. The Bob
Some of
BJ had
that
locked.
stuff is unpreventable though.
So some, some of the stuff that you're gonna do anyway, but I've told, every time I see someone going there, not supposed to, I told them that I'm not there all the time, obviously, I'm not.
I think we just, need, like you said, we just need to update our signs, go to Chris, tell him what we need,
And I
and
think,
hopefully that fixes some of your problem.
I think it's important too with these tournaments to have that signage clear at both entrances through the center. Right now, it's not clear.
No.
You have to go under the complex and look at the one place where it has those
Right.
schools.
I think it needs to be all four entrances, because league nights are gonna be all open.
Even if it's not attached to the fence, and there's some type of a real nice pole type, when they walk in, they're gonna see it, right in front of their face.
Something similar to those large white barriers that we have out there, something that big, right at
Yes.
the entrance that has,
No scooters.
and actually on one side of some of those, it does say all that stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just
older, yeah, it's older, it's.
Just update it.
I just want you to know that I can keep my mouth shut. That's just what I do. I'm 60.
Alright, any claims we need to approve?
I don't think so. Everyone has, we just obviously have that. The ones that are the council meeting.
I just have one thing, and it'll be, I'll have more information at the next park board meeting, but we've been working on like updating our sponsorships on how we do them.
Agreed.
With the sports, and I'm also trying to add in like event sponsorships because we're gonna be doing more next year. So we're kind of working on what that can look like and the best way to like deliver that to businesses. So hopefully we have a more like concrete version of that next meeting.
So earlier in the year, I think we talked about potentially in the future doing like something where someone has the opportunity to just give a one time where they don't have people from soccer or baseball, like they don't feel like it's.
But I'm not.
Every other month,
Yes, every couple months, I'm like, hey.
And then could potentially include an event in reference to or something like that. A lot, we're working on it, it's far from, yeah, it's far from.
Later on that path.
But yeah, it's, there's, we can do well and more for our sponsors too, because that's part of what this structure is.
When's our next meeting?
One program I would like to think about for next year, and maybe we can't do it next year, when we get a new golf director. Junior golf would be, I know you can get with the new golf coaches, and they will be more
I've
than
already
willing
talked
to
to them.
help.
That's been an idea that's already been brought up. I don't have it on the calendar for next year because
You know, there's a lot of unknowns right now, I get it.
I do have a full.
Is it narrowed down
I have
to?
no idea.
I think last I heard, they were gonna take like 10 of the 40, something like that, turned in and start reviewing.
The review of 10 of them.
I mean,
So, and I can at the next meeting also bring, because I do have next year like all planned out for the most part, so I can. And obviously some of it can be. It's
Can we
not
add some
hard.
stuff if we think that would work?
Depending, yes. I'm already doing more, so.
I just asked, so
Yeah.
you say no.
This is why
The
it's gonna
biggest-
be important to have like a schedule of things, so that you, like, you can mix and match
You
and
can
place
see
them.
where the dead times are, where not as much is going on, but the biggest part of that is just like the funding for all of the extras. Additional things that we don't already have.
But I think if you go to local businesses with a plan, and this is what we're doing, and these are the new things we're doing,
Yeah,
our community is pretty giving.
yeah. And that's the plan, that's what we're working on.
Well, and something, for example, something like golf between a registration for that event and then the golf course having a good relationship with them to the coast and then keep our costs down, obviously helps involve a lot more people too, so it's gonna be really important.
Who is running the golf course?
I don't know.
Who's the money guy?
He's like doing it right now.
Nobody.
You
Well,
know,
I mean,
Andy
you're-
Earl has been doing a bunch of stuff out there for now. So. But yeah, I mean,
I think we're gonna narrow it down from what I was told, but the city council, we're gonna narrow it down this week to 6.
Right, from here, listen. Adjourned at 6:47. President,
and both is.
We didn't make most, we're still in third. Can you rent this one?
well, it's a great day going over here, it's
Yeah, I mean, the active
gonna,
transportation.
we're